Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today we are reviewing the Pointsman Plastering Hawk, or handboard as some people call them. So here it is, it's never been opened. I saw this the other day on Facebook, I think it was, in one of the plastering groups. So I just ordered it, thought I'd make a good video. I'm going to have a look at it now with you, we'll open it, see what it is. We'll take a look at the claims, see what it's supposed to do, and then we'll try it out, test it out at work, and then report back to you. So we'll just crack this thing open. Probably should have got some scissors. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So far, just a standard Hawk. As you can tell, this one is a 330mm by 330mm, which is the larger. They do two sizes, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do two sizes. So this is the bigger one. So we'll crack this thing open. Here's the actual plate, and we've also got the handle and a rubber handle guard. I'm surprised actually. I didn't think it came with one of these. I'm actually pretty pleased about that. It's not as soft as you might like. It's a bit more of a hard rubber, but it looked on the video like the handle was just plastic. So to have a slightly softer material is a good sign. Okay, so here she is. So this is basically it. So you've got the handle, which is obviously offset. Now that is the main feature of this Hawk. It points in one direction. So obviously the aim is to hold it facing towards you. So you hold this grip like you would a gun. And the point of that really is supposed to be to take the strain off of the elbow joint and also off of the forearm. The ligaments and whatnot in the forearm, apparently. I mean, I don't really know. So the main differences between this and a normal Hawk, it's got this little rubber casing. Normally you'd have sort of foam, but they've opted for this little rubber thing which sits tightly around the handle. Now most Hawk handles would just have like a bar with that's threaded, sticking out, that's riveted onto the actual plate. So all you'd do normally is you'd open up the packet, you'd have the threaded bar coming out of off the plate, and you'd get the handle which had the thread inside, and you just twist it onto it. You do that once and it's done. In this case, you actually, because it's offset, you can't just twist it down obviously, because it'd be spinning all over the place. So they've actually got four rivets, or four little bars with bolts. So you bolt those, you put the nuts on and tighten those up. That's what secures this thing. And then this slides over the top. Now this is rubber. It's quite squidgy and it's quite, it's not super soft, but it's not, it's quite firm. The handle itself is very hard plastic. I mean, it doesn't feel that great. It's not ergonomically designed, which is a surprise to say that the whole point of this is to be ergonomically designed. Maybe you'd have expected some sort of contours for like finger grooves or something, but they opted not for, and it's very, phallic. It looks it looks like a peen really. But anyway, that aside, that's basically the gist of it. It's offset to an angle, so it's supposed to take the strain off of holding this thing, especially when it's full of gear. Now the biggest thing the problem that I'm imagining I'm going to run into with this thing, and I'm just going to be honest about this, I am a spinner. So when I've got gear on in my left hand on the Hawk, I spin it round to just access it from all different angles. You know, if it's if the gear's leaning over to one edge, you'll turn that edge towards yourself to, you know, to scoop it up. So I'm just not really, I'm not confident that this is going to be, this is actually going to be that great. It wouldn't have killed them to stick a rubber coating or something on this, even if it didn't have a contoured design to it. But to have just a straight phallic shape that's just hard plastic is a strange design. But maybe it was to keep the price down. Anyway, so let's take it on site. Let's see what it's like. I'll run it through its paces, and I'll let you know. So we tried the Pointsman for a total of 1 day, basically did 2 gauges with it. To say that it was disappointing is a bit of an understatement. I don't like this thing very much at all. And it's exactly as I suspected with the ergonomic handle, or the lack thereof an ergonomic handle. So it's very uncomfortable. It's worse than I actually thought. It was giving me a blister right away. I'm not a fan of the design at all. From what I can personally gather, I don't know what you would gain from this, from the handle being sloped. I know that what it's supposed to do is take the strain off of the forearm and off of the elbow joint. But my theory is that the benefit that you would get from this, if there's any to be got at all, is probably drawn out over years and years and years of use. But it's impossible to test that. There's no way to find out whether using this thing for years on end, as opposed to using a normal straight down handle, would actually have any long-term benefits or effects. But what I can tell you is they have really not thought about the handle. It's just the crappiest, straightest piece of plastic that you've ever used. So it's just not fun to use. I would probably advise anyone who's been considering getting one, not that I think many people will have, maybe not to get one. If you suffer with something like tennis elbow, then maybe it's worth giving it a try. I cannot say for sure that there's no benefit, but there's no immediate benefit, and it's just whatever benefits there is to have seem to be far outweighed by just the awkwardness and uncomfortability. I managed to successfully use it for 2 gauges, but it just didn't feel right. Maybe it's just the muscle memory is far too adapted to using a standard Hawk. The final word on this, I'll try and put it nice, because I do like people, I do like when people try and innovate and when they actually go out of the way to really use, you know, they've gone out there, they've tried to solve a problem which does exist. I mean, muscles and joints and stuff do get worn over time. But the question is it really a problem that needs solving? And they've not done a graceful job at doing this. I feel like this could be done better if they'd have had an ergonomic design. So if they'd have put a rubber coating on the actual handle instead of being hard plastic, had an ergonomic design that sort of fit the contours of your hand, and possibly with the addition of maybe a little bit of padding at the top as opposed to just a rubber gasket essentially, then that would have been better. But what I'm going to say is, so let's say if your Marshalltown Hawk, your standard Marshalltown, run-of-the-mill Marshalltown Hawk is Deadpool, this is Green Lantern. If your standard Ox Hawk with the contoured handle is Led Zeppelin, this is Nickelback. Okay? If your Marshalltown Hawk is a Jammy Dodger, this is a Rich T. And on that note, thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. We have been on a bit of a break recently, lots going off, a lot of changes, so we are planning on making more videos. We're going to be doing a little Christmas vlog, which should be fun, so do stay tuned. If anyone's got any more products or anything they'd like us to review, just let us know. I'm always happy to try and buy something new and weird to test out. So thanks for watching. Please remember to subscribe if you're not, like the video if you've enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. Bye.